Hello and welcome. I'm Laura Gurney and I'm going to do a quick video over Adobe Dreamweaver CS6 and just an introductory. It's nothing in depth, but I'd like to give you a nice understanding of what it's doing. So CS6 is the newer version and Dreamweaver is a tool to create web pages. You don't have to have Dreamweaver to create a web page, but it's really nice for a tool so that you can see what's going on at the same time you're doing the coding. So I'm going to create a new HTML document and I click on the create new HTML and I end up with a split view. If you didn't get split view, it's okay. What you could end up with is design view and just get a nice blank page, kind of like you would in a word processor. And there's also code view where you can get just the HTML coding. I like split view personally. That's where I can see both things going on at the same time. And when I'm looking through the workspace, I've got code, split, design. There's live view, which is supposed to render it kind of like you'd see in the browser. Don't edit in live view, it's not so happy. We've got preview in the browser. We've got file management, which we're not going to deal with much in this. So the ones we're going to deal with in this video are code, split, design, file and save as, always a very important thing. We're also going to deal with the properties inspector down here at the bottom, and only to make sure that we can do some links and things like that. In another video, we're going to cover how to do bold, italics, underlined, color, get some images in there, make sure that it looks like a really nice website. But basic stuff, let's get to figure out how this works. I've got now an untitled document. This is the title of the web page. And when you've got a web page, you get the title at the top. What is Dreamweaver CS6? Learn more. That's the title. It's not part of the page, it's part of the title bar. And I've had people say, well, I typed in the title, but I can't see it anywhere. Well, you're not going to unless you're looking at the title of the page. So let's see, web pages for everyone. That's going to be my title. And when I've typed it in here, it shows up in the code so that when the browser runs into this file, it'll know exactly what to put at the top. I'm going to save this file because it's always a loss when you've done all sorts of work and it disappears on you. And I'm going to create a new, I'm going to my desktop. I'm going to create new folder, and this is going to be my root folder. So I'm going to call it WP Web Pages for Everyone. Create. And the first file in a website, the browser's looking for the word index. So INDEX, index.html. If you have that, the browser will come to the server, it'll look at the directory and go, oh, there's the index, great, I'll show that page. If it doesn't find an index, it doesn't have anything to show, and it doesn't do anything for it. In fact, it'll cause errors, and that's not a good thing. You don't want somebody coming to your website and going, ah, they're not here, never mind, I'll go to somebody else. So we've got our web page saved. It says index.html on this tab here. And I can grab the tab and drag it off and undock it. Or I can grab the title bar of that tab and put it back and it docks. And if I make another new file and new, and I'm going to say blank page that is an HTML page and it has no layout. In another series of things, we'll look at the layouts. Right now we'll stick with just a straight layout, and we're going to say the doc type is HTML5. That just means it's using the newest version of HTML. Create, and we come up with a split. It looks just like we did before. The skeletal tags, that would be HTML, head, title, end HTML, head, end body, begin body, end body, HTML. If I could talk, it would sound a lot more intelligent. This is called the skeletal tags. So this is the skeleton of a web page. It's the least you have to have in order to have a blank page come up. So in my untitled document, I'm going to call this About Us. And that'll be my title. I now have a index tab and an untitled 5 tab, and I'm going to save that to give it the safety of being saved. So how about about.html? In my same root folder. The root folder is really important because if we save everything in the same folder, when we move it up to the server, all the files go together. If I save one thing on the desktop and then something else on the hard drive and something else on a USB disk, when I put it on the server to have everybody be able to see it live, it's not going to work because nothing's going to link. It won't be able to get back to those other directories. So over here on design view, the nice white blank slate here, I'm going to say Welcome to our page. We are the best at what we do. Blargy, 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 blargy. And this is just kind of some text space holders. I don't have anything to put in there for content yet, but for design, I need some paragraphs. And you'll notice that everything I wrote on the design view popped over into the code view, and the code view put the paragraph in for me, begin paragraph, end paragraph, and we've got everything typed in there. So that's really nice and very useful. So you can do almost the word processing version and then make it pretty later. I have my tabs, index and about, and I'm actually going to move index around because you can. You could have 15 of these up there or more, and you could just move them around, drag them back and forth. I'm going to go back to my index. My index has nothing on it, so welcome to our website. We're glad you're here. Check out our About Us page. What if I want to link to our About Us page? Well, I just said check it out. How do I get there? So highlight About Us, and we can insert from the Insert menu, insert hyperlink. And when we do that, it's going to come up and say, what file do you want to do? What are you talking about? The text we're going to link, the stuff that's going to be the underlined clickable link, is going to be About Us. The link, I'm going to click on the browser, on the little browse folder, and I'm going to go find my, change my view here. I've got About Us, and I'm going to click on my About. And it says it's outside the root folder. Uh-oh, did I look in the wrong folder? I probably did. That's a really important thing to find out. It's nice that it told me, hey, that's not in the same root that you had everything else in. So let's see, we'll go hunt down. I had WP4. Right, WP for everyone. So web pages for everyone. There's the About I wanted. I like that feature. It lets you know I messed up. I'm not in the right place. And the other parts we're not going to fill in right now. We're going to say, okay, it puts in a link. It's underlined in blue. In the HTML tag, it's got href equals about.com in quotes. It wraps around or encapsulates the text that we want to talk about and have be the link. And then it ends the link, just like we saw in How to Link Web Pages. So this one's linked, and I'm going to make sure I save. Save. And I'm going to go to about.html. And I'm going to say, put in home. Home. Always nice to spell it correctly, yes. And I'm going to highlight my home. And I'm going to do the same thing, only this time I'm going to link in a different manner. You can either do insert, hyperlink, or you can go to the properties inspector down at the bottom of the screen. And you'll see link, which means hyperlink, and a blank space. And then you've got the little folder, browse for a file. So I'm going to click on browse for a file. Make sure I'm in the right root folder, WP for everyone, and I want the index because I'm linking to home. Open, and it linked it for me. These should work. So I'm going to hit save, which is Command S on the Mac, Control S on a Windows machine. And right now I've got 2 pages. They link back and forth, and they are very convenient this way. I like that. We've got all of the HTML we needed. It's not really pretty, it's not really colorful. We're going to do that in the WYSIWYG editing video. And we've got the tab navigation so we can go around. We're going to view, so File, Preview in Browser, and let's go for Safari today. And it pops up, and I have a nice little web page. You can see Web Pages for Everyone is our title. Welcome. I click on the About Us. It goes to our About. I click on the Home. It pops back. This is really nice. It works, and I didn't have to really do a lot to get this to go. So I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver. And overall, we've got a pretty easy navigation going on here. If we have any questions, please let me know. Again, my email address is gurneyl@nescom.edu. And I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you've enjoyed looking at a quick view of Dreamweaver.